Fed rate cut's not gonna happen. Markets closing lower as Trump pauses the tariffs. That didn't last long. We're gonna talk XRP price along with our favorites.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
Under the weather, not feeling so hot. Well, neither is the crypto market. Maybe the crypto's got the coof. But before we get into the crypto news, and this one might be spicy, your comments convert hot, spicy, naughty, relevant. Putting it in the beginning of the next video. Peter Bowden says, great video, Klaus. Where do I get one of those neon signs? It would look great in the back window of my truck. Just saying. Dude, I had mine made on Amazon. Or you can get a hold of Johnny from LC Sign. Dude's all over the internet. His Magashi says, which bank said that? Do you have proof? Talking about what, everyone? Talking about the video I did earlier, which was what? Was Ripple to hit 1250, says Standard Chartered Bank. Where? Well, here you go. I always say it's linked in the description below. Look, here's the description, which is below the title. Here's the article right here. You could copy it. You could go up here, and you could put paste. Oh my gosh. And there you go. There's the article. And where does the person say it? The person says it right down in here. By the end of 2028, XRP's market cap overtaking Ethereum. Jeffrey Kendrick, head of digital asset research at Standard Chartered Bank, gives his price predicciones. So yeah, it's linked in the description below. Unplug those ears, homeboy. Bruce Hansen says the Democrats are an absolute beehive mentality. Brainwash is absolutely correct. They always vote 100% the same. The Republicans will typically have a few opposing votes. But it's not just having, like, the few opposing votes. It's the fact that, like, you can't even be in the middle anymore. I mean, like, let's be real here. Like, 99% of you watching right now would love to do a bunch of tasty rips, right? 99% of you right now would love to go sit out there with the 50 cal just pounding stuff away. It's kind of fun, isn't it? A lot of you out there would probably like to do maybe some hunting, maybe some fishing, maybe some exploring, maybe some reading of books. See, my whole point is we like to do a lot of stuff, and like the political parties are just so on opposite ends of the spectrum. Bitcoin sitting at 79,821, melting faces. I don't know. ETH 1528, XRP at 197, Wall Street is 210. Doge at 15.4, while Ondo's at 8.81. Pi, I'll skip right over that piece of crap. It is holding that 60-cent mark. Struggle here, but with XRP, the big key is what? We're trouble right now, holding 2, everyone. Markets close lower as Trump notes tariff problems and the Fed flags recession risks. Speaking at a cabinet meeting, Trump defended the shift in trade strategy as a necessary correction despite short-term pain. The transition is difficult, but the end result will be positive, he says. Trump is not ruling out extending the 90-day pause on his reciprocal tariffs. During a cabinet meeting, he stated that if he cannot secure favorable deals with U.S. trading partners, tariffs will revert to higher rates after the pause. Oh, craptastic. When asked about extending the pause, he replied, we'll have to see what happens. China, China, China. Stock markets closed down a shit ton. They lost lots. You see this red up on the screen? The stock markets, even though percentage-wise were less, the dollar-wise was way, way more. Major stock indices closed lower to the S&P 500 down 3.46%, the NASDAQ falling 4.31%, and the Dow decreasing by 2.50%. The Feds, 73% chance that they're going to pause, so no lower rate at their dinner table E. I tried to make that rhyme, but I couldn't. I was going to say, like, tabby, but then it would sound like a little, kid. I was like, I didn't want to do that. So, yeah, 73% chance that we're what? We're going to pause. Check it out. Go to the June contract. And here we go. Finally, they're saying in the June contract, we're going to get some of that juicy, juicy, sweet action. The problem is it's going to take it to a rate of 400 to 425. So it's still pretty high. But if we're talking about recession and some of the fears with that, well, we're going to have some problems. Listen to this. The remarks came as economic anxiety rises among U.S. monetary policymakers. Chicago Federal Reserve Bank President Austin Goolsbee expressed concern about a return to economic conditions seen during the COVID-19 pandemic. That is not good, girlfriend. We don't want that. And don't get me wrong, the Rona, right, when we were in lockdown, crypto totally pumped. Yeah, because there was all this hype with the exchanges and all the Crypto.com naming stadiums and all that kind of stuff. They're not going to do that crap now. And they're talking about bad spending here, girlfriend. This is not good. Now, wanted to share this with you. This is the CoinMarketCap 100 index, right? It's weighted. It's weighted based upon their dominant size, okay? So BTC is 68% of this pool, ETH is 9%, XRP 5%, BNB. It goes by market cap, right? Biggest to smallest. Makes sense, okay? So, let's go back to see what it looks like. This is the 30-day. So, a broad sweep of the market, heavily BTC weighted, is showing you that we're still in a fair downtrend. Overall for the year, I mean, to be honest with you, because it is so BTC heavily weighted, the gains don't look that juicy, do they, for the year? That's pretty interesting. Last 7 days, yeah, you can see what we're talking about. Yeah, some downward trend action. Let's go specifically to our favorites here. Let's go to XRP and take a broader look across. We're in the red. I mean, whether you're talking the 70-day or you're talking year-to-date, girlfriend, we are in the red. I mean, some players, H-bar's got what? Up 7-day, 4%? Okay. 420. Oh, good job, H-bar. But, I mean, what are you going to do with that? The rest of it is redder than red. I mean, think about this for the year. XRP down 15%. That's one of the best out there. That's just in line with BTC. So in terms of holding its value for the year, look, BTC and XP both down 15%. That's a win. Why? Because ETH is down 53%. Holy crap. You know who else is down 53%? Doge. Not good, girlfriend. Avalanche down 50% for the year. XLM down 44% for the year. There's some melting faces going on. Just melted because it's so bad. Pay. Did that ship sale? 61% down. Near, which people were pumping like crazy, 60% down. I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of these players are still way higher than where they were before, but like a lot of that juicy juice just seems to have kind of like gone to the wayside. Like the excitement's kind of meh. XRP, look at this. So we had a little bit of a lowercase d dumperoni here. Volume has gone down quite a bit. The market's like, this sucks ass. Down 50% to 4.6 billion. Again, so who's making money, everyone? It's the exchanges. And again, I told you, you could watch the pairing. All right, the Korean one pairing is, yes, higher than the Binance one, but not by that much. So you can tell they're not buying the dip that crazy. When they start buying, that's when you could see this bottom start bottoming out right here. They did a little bit of buying here, and they backed off a little bit. So, gotta watch that. What else do we gotta watch? The fact that we're not at $2. Like, that just sucks. I mean, go to the 7-day here, and you're just like, Sub $2 XRP, it's totally possible. Look at the 1 month. That's not looking that hot. Go to the 1 year and you're like, okay, this is cool. Like, okay, we're still cool here. But you kind of get a little nervous because you're like, oh, shit, this is kind of going down a bit. You don't need no fucking, like, giraffes or any unicorns or kangaroos to tell you that. You can see it clear as day. The highs have been getting lower and the lows have, definitely been getting lower. Sub $2 XRP, it's happening quite often right now. But right now, $2 is the ceiling rather than the floor. Ah, yes. And what does the train conductor say? He says, choo-choo. No. I only say that at the end of the video. But let's just be real here with everything, all right? I mean, the market's still trying to digest a lot of uncertainty, and it's not really good for crypto right now. Not good for the stock market either, which you've been seeing is making some major loss-a-ronies. Yeah, don't look at your 401k, all right? Just don't do it. You'll get a little bit depressed-a-roni if you see what's going on there, because that's been a capital D. Just throwing it out there for D, for dumperoni. So, in terms of XRP, I don't know. Let's see what happens. CPI data was good, but the market was like, look, tariffs matter more to us right now. We got to see what happens with China. I mean, this is just kind of, it kind of sucks. You know what I mean? Like, this is not like the fun, this is awesome stuff. These are like those drudge days that you just kind of like have to trudge through. But luckily for me and luckily for you, I have a sign that says what? It says, choo-choo bitches, girlfriend.